Hello everyone. The Outlaws of Thunder Junction set has been fully spoiled at this point, so let's cover what I believe might be the 5 best cards for the 3-card blind format from the set. Let's begin by looking at Nurturing Pixie. We can cleverly combine Nurturing Pixie with some other cards to take advantage of its ability to bounce one of our non-fairy, non-land permanents back to our own hand. If we pair Nurturing Pixie with Mox Pearl, it will let us play Mox Pearl, Nurturing Pixie, and then replay our Mox Pearl to deploy our full strategy on the first turn of the game. We can also combine Nurturing Pixie with a card like Sarcomancy, or an honorable mention from the set, Tiny Bones joins up, to double up on that enters the battlefield effect featured on both of these 1-cost black enchantments. The next 2 cards I'm going to talk about at the same time because they bear a lot of similarities. Those 2 cards are Vadmir, New Blood, and Magda the Hordemaster. Both of them do something when you commit a crime for the first time each turn. Vadmir can get a +1/+1 counter each turn and will eventually gain Menace and Lifelink once he has 4 or more +1/+1 counters. Magda will give us a treasure the first time we commit a crime every turn, and eventually those treasures can be exchanged for 4/4 Scorpion Dragons with Flying and Haste. To commit crimes repeatedly, we need a way to target our opponent's stuff, and that's where Urborg and Hammerheim come into the picture. 2 very old legendary lands with high crime committing potential. It's not particularly likely that we're going to see the ability to remove Swamp Walk, First Strike, or Landwalk in general as being particularly relevant. However, these abilities can target creatures that don't even have these keywords, which will allow us to commit crimes every single turn provided that our opponent has a creature we can target with our land. Our third card in these decks can be a Mox, a Manned Land, a utility land, or if we want to get really wild and trigger crimes both on our turn and our opponent's turns, we can include a copy of both Urborg and Hammerheim. Last thought here before we move on, although Urborg and Hammerheim are fantastic ways to consistently commit crimes, you could also be using a Mox and Rishadan port to both commit crimes reliably as well as have a way to disrupt storage land-based strategies. The next card on our list is Stingerback Terror, which bears a lot of resemblance to Rotting Regisaur as far as 3-card blind is concerned. The big advantage of running the Stingerback over the Regisaur is going to be those 2 keywords, Flying and Trample. And I'm not sure how often it will come up, but 1 extra toughness is certainly not a bad thing. That being said, it is not a strict upgrade to Rotting Regisaur because Rotting Regisaur can be deployed on the first turn of the game, which is going to make its clock 1 turn faster. The Stingerback Terror has to be plotted first, and you can't cast a card the same turn that you plotted it. Alright, and our final card on this list is Prairie Dog. And Prairie Dog bears a strong resemblance to Luminarch Aspirant, which even as recently as last month has put up very impressive performances. The deck I am thinking of was submitted by Thunder, who was playing 2 Luminarch Aspirants and Remote Farm. This deck managed to earn an incredible 82% average score, and if you swapped one of those Luminarch Aspirants for the brand new Squirrel card, the deck is essentially doing the exact same thing as before, but slightly better, because you introduce a growing threat that has a lifelink attached to it, and you diversify your strategy so you're less likely to get hosed by something like Curse of Silence or Meddling Mage. This is of course far from the only application for this card. We can also pair it with powerful removal like Get Lost, or we can change up our mana sources to add more utility to our deck or include a manland. Heck, we can even run Swarmyard because this card is a squirrel. My opinion is that Prairie Dog is the most likely card among the new cards in the set to have an impact on the 3-card blind format. But there were lots of cool cards in this new set, and I'm curious to see how you take advantage of them when they become legal in the 3-card blind main event tournament beginning in May. Before then though, I'm looking forward to sharing with you the exciting results for April's main event tournament over the next couple of weeks. Thanks for watching everyone, and see you soon.